let's get a check of our forecast with Megan Glaros. We have made it to Friday, but it's not so warm for us.
Well, not so warm, but it could be so much worse. Like what they're going to be having down around St. Louis and stretching over towards Kansas. I mean, there we're dealing with massive ice situation. Although I see a fair share of ice across our lovely lakefront here, I believe. It is still looking pretty cold and pretty tundra-like out across Chicagoland right now. But next week, we are anticipating temperatures, get this, up into the 40s, guys, 50s potentially, and I would not rule out the possibility of mid to upper 50s towards the end of the week. So if you don't like the cold, just don't wait too much longer. You saw Elton's temperature. He's coming in at 19 degrees right now. When we look out over our fair city, you can see that it feels very cold. However, the storm system seems to be staying south of us. We, at this point, do not have any watches or any advisories, and at this juncture, it looks like all the ice, the heavy, thick accumulating ice will likely be down around the purple shaded area. That's St. Louis to Wichita, where they could see up to an inch of ice accumulation. There's a winter storm warning that extends through Cincinnati, lower Ohio River Valley, and then all the way on off into the mountains of Maryland. And we're going to stay basically cloudy through this. Could potentially, if you're in some of our far southern counties, see a little bit of activity going into tonight in the form of freezing rain, but you can see where it's located. It's down along the Ohio River really right now, stretching up to St. Louis and then stretching back towards Oklahoma City. That's some pretty heavy ice accumulation going on with the freezing rain right now. Up around our neck of the woods, we do not have any precip that's really reaching the ground, and certainly anything that's making an impact out there currently. Watch the Futurecast model as we tick through time. Look at all that pink that starts to fill in across a good chunk of Oklahoma and Kansas and Missouri. And eventually, this storm system works in our direction, okay? So this is Monday morning. We may see, you can see that, we may see a little bit of freezing rain Monday morning, but pretty quickly thereafter, temperatures start to rise and it turns to just regular old rain for most of the day on Monday. So the winter aspect of this storm system, at least when it comes to Sunday night into Monday, will generally be north of us as temperatures begin to skyrocket. Right now, we've got a temp of about 24 at Midway, 20 at O'Hare. O'Hare coming in at 20 right now. We're really only going to top out in the mid-20s today, but you can see it's primarily just cloud cover through the day. It's kind of gloomy out there, but it could be worse. We also have somewhat breezy conditions. That's been the case for most of this week, and it will continue today. For today's high temperature, as I said, you'll get up into the mid-20s, mostly cloudy, cold, northerly wind. Could be a little breezy at times, sustained at about 10 to 15. Overnight tonight, we're going to see cloudy skies, chilly conditions for most of the area. If you live far south of I-80, you do have the potential for a little bit of freezing rain leading into tomorrow morning. Most of the day, Saturday, is nice and dry for everybody and mostly cloudy. And then we're looking at Sunday staying dry for most of the day, but then the potential for there to be some freezing rain and rain at night. Sunday night going into early Monday, that pretty quickly that changes over to just regular old rain. But next week is going to be significantly warmer.
So what is the day that we're flirting with the 50s and 60s?
Well,
that's what I want to hear.
Actually, we're going to be in the 40s all week at least. Tuesday, we're looking maybe at getting up to near 50 degrees.
Wow.
And then by the next weekend, potentially mid to upper 50s, maybe record territory. It's a little too early to know that for sure, but it's going to be warmer.
We've earned it after this week.
Yeah.
Megan, thank you.